All right, everyone. Welcome to the live portion of the Forex Active Trader program. Mr. Ging, can you hear me? That said, let's head into the charts. And if you have any questions, we had a couple issues with those of you who signed up for the Trader's Mindset, getting access to the other sections. I think that we got it resolved, and Peter, thanks for your patience with that, and thanks to the team for getting that done, getting those permissions all reset. So let's get into the charts. Does Mac Daddy equal big time, big dog reversal? Yeah, Daniel, right. Retracement, pullback. Yeah, Mac Daddy equals retracement or pullback. The slingshot would be continuation. So when we had a big rally down, this is a good sign that, hey, we might get a pullback. And pullback, keeping pullback in mind, right? Again, keeping pullback in mind, right, Jerry, you should fund the Mac Daddy differently. You should fund it much faster because it's counter trend. Good job, Jerry. Excellent. Well done. You should fund them much quicker. And your expectations for how far it would probably run should be definitely different. So you get in here around, look at this, a beautiful weekly, monthly, yearly support in here, and bang, it just nailed that other weekly pivot. You seeing that, Tammy? Right? And the nice thing about this was that's not even a major fib retracement, because this move really started up here. That whole move down. It wouldn't be fair just to take this portion of the move down and draw a fib. So really nice profit target. So right now there's nothing. And Daniel, what's good, another thing about what you said, when there was a Mac Daddy, is you can say, hey, there was a trade earlier. And this is the cycle of trading. There is a setup, and what's the other cycle? What's the other side of that cycle? There is a setup, and this is going to be what we're talking about, what I said to John earlier today, and there isn't one. There either is a setup or there isn't a setup. So when we look at trading, setup, no setup, setup, no setup, setup, no setup, setup, no setup. What I want you to just see here is setup, no setup, setup. It got quiet, no setup. Then we came into a setup. And then we came into another setup. Right? If you trade slingshots. If you don't, setup, runway, nothing, nothing, Mac Daddy setup. So even if you're just trading runways and Mac Daddies because you're not comfortable with slingshots, the market is set up or it's not set up for you. It's set up and then it's not set up for you. And right now, we're not set up. So it will go through that flow on all time frames. It's either set up or it's not. Tammy says, would I have taken that slingshot as it was so close to that monthly, yearly pivot? You mean this one right here? It really depends on how much room I have to fund and the time frame that it comes on, Tammy. So really my room to fund is in here. The lows. So it's, counting spread, maybe 35, a little bit more pips. And the fact that I had one on the 30 and on the 60, yes, because it could be a strong continuation down. See, the best thing you could do is say, look, this is moving slower. It's not moving dramatic like it is. I got some money in the bank. Maybe I'm only up 10, 15, 20 pips. And this is where that decision making comes in and say, okay, I'm just going to take some money. I'm going to take like 60, 70% off. I'm going to make sure that I make some money on this trade no matter what. I'm going to leave some room to run. And that's kind of a yeah, I don't have the right words for it. Is a lot of times we start talking ourselves out of reasons to take the trades. I mean, sometimes we have these massive slingshots like that, and that can be enough to power it down through here. So is the risk good? Is the stop modest? Should maybe I trade half a position? There's ways around that, right? If you're not comfortable with a trade, then trade half of your normal position. But if it's one of your normal setups, then put it on the table. Does that make sense, Tammy? I mean, it's a great question. Don't get me wrong. But we've seen trades that have the ability to just power through pivots. So right now there's nothing set up on the 30-minute on the dollar CAD. And that's why I wanted you to go think about what is that cycle. It's set up, it's not set up, it is set up, because that's what we talk about using like the back burner. Oh, that needs to be on the back burner because we're currently have no setup. So like a lot of times we'll say it looks like there could be a runway in a little bit. So there could be a setup later. So it's easy if you just say, well, does the market can't be set up all the time. It just can't. As much as we would like it to be, yeah, it's not realistic. Right? Does anyone ever fall into that category? You just wish you could sit down in the chair and bam, there's like 3 setups you can trade, leave, and be done, right? Yeah, it's not like that. So when we get in here on the 15-minute chart, there was nothing on the 30. When we get in here onto the 15, we do have a little bit of a runway trade that's in development here. The Moss is nowhere yet, and the MACD's right there. So, I'm looking at this pair right now. It's a very different picture than what we had yesterday. It was very clear. Oh, that's a 5-minute chart. Thanks. I'm sorry. There's a runway trade, possible runway trade coming, and the Moss is not set up here as well. So do you remember what I want you to now connect together is to remember how nice that setup was yesterday? Right? Moved 100 or so pips. And right now we're looking at this, and does it even look like you're anything there that's entertaining to you? Anything that says you're worth putting my money in the market? Is there anyone here? Because if you say yes, say yes because it's important. I just won't call out your name. Right? You should say to yourself, wow, on the 60-minute, I got nothing. I got nothing with MACD Moss, nothing with Moss, nothing with major support and resistance lines. I have nothing with pivots. I have nothing all the way across the board, across 3 charts. Right? So this should be screaming to you, stay away from me, right? It's right now, this is the pair that's saying run away. Yesterday it said, oh, here, would you like some money? Here, would you like, I got some money for you, right? Yeah, would you like some pips? Sure, yeah, there you go. There's, anyway, there's 20, there's 40, there's, maybe 100 pips. Here you go. Enjoy yourself, have a good day, have a latte. Today it's saying, yeah, I'm not feeling like coughing up anything to you. And if that sounds maybe perhaps a little bit ridiculous, essentially that's what the indicators are telling you. Password is right side. At the right side of the chart, they're not telling us anything. They're telling us no money for you today, no soup for you, look someplace else.